It's 4:30 a.m., 1st of November. You took on the night shift, wanted the extra money for New Year. This is your first opportunity to take a seat by yourself and reflect on your life. Is this really my life? Is this what I want? I've lived the same day on repeat for the last 10 years. I did what I was supposed to do. This is life. Wake up early, go to school, finish school, go to college, find a job, get laid, get in debt, spend your life paying it, work in the week, drink with your coworker. I know, sounds fun, right? Hell no. For a few of us, playing it secure in life essentially isn't a choice. You merely have one shot at this thing we call life. I'm sure you do not need to spend it doing a few shit that somebody else tells you to do. Several of you might need that, and that's no problem with me. But for those of you watching this video, you know yourself better than anyone. This is not what you want. The comfort zone. A basic concept, right? Simple to understand. Each single thing we do in our lives, each activity we take, falls into one of two categories: inside the comfort zone or outside the comfort zone. The mental resistance to doing something increases as we move farther outside of our comfort zone. You see, the comfort zone is focused on one thing and one thing only: hold you there. It seeks to protect and ensure your comfort, which doesn't sound like a bad thing after hearing that. Secure and cozy. After all, isn't that what we're all aiming for? Well, in an ideal world, yes. However, the world isn't perfect. You see, the comfort zone doesn't seem to give a fuck about your emotional state. Its purpose is to sustain your life, and it shrinks as one way of keeping that promise. Your comfort zone gets smaller the longer you stay in it. Like, if you choose to skip the gym for a few days, taking that first step will be 10 times harder than it is now when you ultimately decide to go back. That's because you were less comfortable. The answer, then, is to adopt a different viewpoint. Consider every chance you have to step outside of your comfort zone as just that, a chance. This will be very challenging the first few times, but just turn off your brain. When you want to say no, say yes. Saying yes to everything is not necessary for that. Nonetheless, the things you know are good for you. Try to turn that fear into enthusiasm. Your dreams are here, and here is you. Two basic things are what are in the middle: the task and your hesitation. That's it. We've just covered the first step of this process: getting out of your comfort zone, taking the first action. The remaining challenges are all that stand in the way of your dreams. Now for the first one, the actual task. That's something you will have to learn the hard way. Different approaches call for different tasks to be completed in order to achieve various goals. And honestly, you should not have too much trouble with that if you know where you're heading. Want to build a business? Strive to deliver an indisputable good or service. Want to be a pro footballer? Work and train daily until you reach a professional level. You already know what you need to do, I assure you. Stop with the excuses. But what happens if you are incapable? What if you fail? The fear of failing is the only thing that prevents the majority of us from reaching our goals in life. So where is the real source of the fear? Ultimately, though, it comes down to ego. You're not actually afraid of the risk, but rather the image of yourself if you fail. We all know that nothing is ever as terrible as it seems. So in the end, these significant life risks are really ocean-wide, but only an inch deep. So at first glance, although they appear incomprehensible, there is actually nothing to worry about once you're inside. Every time, you'll emerge from the experience a better person than you were before. If you simply keep trying, you cannot physically fail. I mean, look at this streamer. It appears to have been an overnight success after a year of unsuccessful attempts. The largest risk you can possibly take in life is probably not taking any. This one cannot be solved easily. You're going to be scared, and probably you're going to fail. I'm positive about that. But when you look back on it in a few years, you'll be really thrilled that you took the risk